Why are you there every time I turn around? You're always behind me for some reason. Why? Answer me! What's up, guys? It is Rob, and I'm back with a brand new weekly watch video where I show you guys what movies I watched during the week. You have Freddie here, who always appears behind me when I'm making a video. Last few times he was in the kitchen, he was in my bedroom, in the shower. I've seen it happen. This week, I watched all different kinds of movies from comedies to thrillers to horror films and tried to mix it up a little bit. I did watch 3 movies per day. It was a little hard because this week was actually busy with the family work and all that stuff, but I managed to do it. And there are a couple titles that I changed on because I was going to watch them. I had them out and then I changed my mind, and it happens a lot. But anyway, I want to give a special shout out to the movie squad. Basically, a bunch of people that get together and talk about what we watched during the week and list our movies through audio clips or pictures. And the movie squad consists of Julie Cassidy, Horror Fan 34 Thomas, Mark Boy 316. You also have Dale Stark and Michelle. And it is a fantastic group, and I'm really honored to be a part of it. So go check out their channels because they do the same thing that I'm doing here. Um, Moving on, let's talk about movies that I watched during the week of February 14th through the 18th. And we're going to start with Monday, February 14th, which is Valentine's Day. I wasn't out getting chocolates and flowers. I was actually at home watching movies. So now I want to make this clear. I had noted to people that I was going to watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1 and 2 and possibly 3, but I changed my mind. There are a couple movies, which I think one of them was on Netflix, and I actually didn't watch the Blu-ray because it was a lot easier. It was just there. But anyway, I changed my mind on a couple movies, so that's what I watched on Monday is Identity Thief. This is a Melissa McCarthy movie that I really didn't care for at first, but you know what? I actually like this movie now. It's so weird. Some of the stuff that she's done recently is just garbage. And if you compare that to this is actually not that bad when you think about it. So, Identity Thief, good comedy. I did like it. The next one up is Alpha Dog, which is based on a true story. You got a huge cast here. You know, you got Bruce Willis, you got Sharon Stone, Anton Yelkin, Justin Timberlake, Amanda Seyfried, Ben Foster. A lot of people in this movie. It's a very good movie, guys. This is one that I recommend. What better movie to watch on Valentine's Day than this? Valentine. This is my favorite movie that has to deal with Valentine's Day. My Bloody Valentine, the original, is close. I really like that movie, but this one is where it's at for me. I always enjoy watching this. It's very cheesy, but it's a slasher. I love it. You know, Denise Richards getting drilled in a hot tub. I mean, literally, she gets drilled in a hot tub. I'm not saying that like sexual. I mean, yeah. Anyway, yeah, Valentine. That's what I watched on Valentine's Day. Moving on to Tuesday, February 15th. This movie's awesome. I watched Revenge. Some of you may never heard of this. I believe this was on Shudder, and I bought it on Blu-ray. It's basically about a girl who gets well, she gets raped for one reason she gets raped, but in the other, like, I'm just thinking to myself, like, you kind of brought it on yourself. But then she gets revenge on these guys who treat her bad and basically, you know, kill her or want to kill her basically. And she basically comes back with a vengeance. It's almost like I Spit on Your Grave, but even though that was done better, this movie has a lot of injuries and freaking amazing effects in this movie. It's pretty good though. I really did like it. Next up is a Mark Wahlberg film that I really love, and that is Fear with Reese Witherspoon. If you want to see a movie where Mark Wahlberg fingers a girl on a roller coaster while they're going down the hill on the roller coaster, and she's going like this, and his hair's blowing back while he's doing it to her and stuff on a roller coaster, this movie's for you because that's what happens in this movie. Oh, Mr. Walker. That's what he does in the movie. The last one I watched on Tuesday the 15th is Species 3. Now, my weekly watch videos, if you go back on them, you'll notice that I watched Species 1 and I watched Species 2 the next week. Now I've watched Species 3, which is basically a sequel to, well, Species 2. It comes off of Species 2 where the girl is actually the daughter of Eve. So in Species 2, you have Eve, played by Natasha Henstridge, who is a clone, okay? A clone of Syl from the first one. But this is the daughter of Eve, the daughter of Natasha Henstridge, and she kind of looks like her a little bit. But yeah, this one is actually, in my opinion, better than the second one. That's just my opinion. But yeah, Species 3. Moving on to Wednesday, the 16th, I watched one of my favorite remakes, and that is Night of the Living Dead remake. I love the original. If you, I think it was last week I watched the original, so I went ahead and watched the remake directed by Tom Savini. Very, very well done remake. You got Tony Todd in there, Patricia Tallman, um, just amazing cast and effects and stuff. Bill Moseley's also in it. The next one I watched is the all-out classic film that got me. Well, it got me to watch the remake, of course. This is the original cult classic of House on Haunted Hill. Now, Vincent Price is basically one of my favorite actors. He's just amazing in everything he does. But yeah, this is where it all started here. I do like the remake. I do. But I feel like this movie is far superior. The last one I watched is also an original, and I do love the remake when it comes to it. But this is the 1961 version with Gregory Peck, and it is Cape Fear. Now, everyone remembers the one with Robert De Niro, and some people don't even realize that that is a remake. That is a remake, and this is the original right here. Max Cady, the story of Max Cady and all that stuff. It's just it's basically the original to the remake. So yeah, 1961. Moving on to Thursday, I decided to make it a comedy day, and I watched this movie with my family, and they really loved it, and they'd never seen it before. And it is Jack. One of the most, I'd say this is probably an underrated Robin Williams film. I really enjoy it, where he's basically a kid trapped in a man's body. He's got this deformity to him where he grows at a rapid pace. So he looks like an adult, but he's actually a kid. He was perfect for this role, and I miss him. I miss Robin Williams every day. And the next one I watched is a movie I haven't seen in a long time. It's one of my favorites with John Ritter, and that is Problem Child. I freaking love everything about this. The music, the stuff that Junior does. He's a bad kid. Yeah, I love that cover too, where he's like flipping him upside down. The last one I watched is a movie. It's one of my favorites, and there's a lot of these movies, but I love the first one, and it is Three Ninjas. Basically, Home Alone with martial arts. These kids know ninjutsu and are training to be ninjas. And these guys break into their house and they have to defend the house. It's kind of in the vein of Home Alone, but very, very good. I love it. Ending with Friday, the 18th. We have one of my favorite thrillers of all time. And all these are recommendations, by the way, if you haven't seen it, but this is definitely a recommendation. And it is Fatal Attraction. I have it here on Blu-ray with Michael Douglas and Glenn Close, one of the most controversial thrillers. Yeah, this movie is so well done. It's so grounded. It's so believable, and the acting is so great. Man, it's so good. Glenn Close is someone to be. She's not anyone to be messed with. She's honestly, She scares me. Glenn Close scares me in that movie. Moving on, we have a Tom Selleck film, The Innocent Man, or An Innocent Man, however you want to say it, Peter Yates film, basically about a guy who goes to prison for no reason. Um, these crooked cops set him up, and he goes to prison for, I think, like 6 years, but he serves 3, I think. And while he's in prison, he's getting bullied by this gang, and he has to figure out a way to kind of survive in prison and ask for help and deal with that situation before he gets out, and then deals with these cops. Um, this is definitely my favorite Tom Selleck film. Hands down my favorite. It's also got F. Murray Abraham. He was in Scarface. But yeah, this one is a definite recommendation. This is the Kino Lorber version, which I love on Blu-ray. Because for a while there, you couldn't get this movie. It was really kind of rare. Um, but yeah, An Innocent Man. So I thought I would end the week and the night with one of my favorite horror films, which is a Stephen King adaptation, and it was directed by Frank Darabont, who does like the Walking Dead stuff, and there's plenty of Walking Dead cast members in this movie, and it is Stephen King's The Mist. I freaking love this movie. This movie is so good, guys. If you haven't seen Stephen King's The Mist, you are missing out. Thomas Jane, it was perfect for the role. They get trapped in this grocery store because there's this mist that's covering the town, and they can't figure out what it is. And there's these creatures in the mist that starts taking people and like showing up like different creatures, not just like one creature. There's like bugs like that fly, and like these creatures with long tentacles, and like spider creatures, and like things that sting you, and like these tall like giant creatures. Like this other world comes spilling into ours, but they live in this mist. So it's like it's so good. This movie's so good, and the effects are good, and God, I love the gas station setting. Man, this movie's awesome, guys. If you haven't seen this, definitely check it out. So all these are recommendations to you. If you have not seen them, what do you think about some of these titles? If you have seen them, let me know in the comments what you think. So join me next week, because I will be showing you guys what I watched. And, I always try to maybe switch it up a little bit as far as what I'm watching. I don't want to just make it strictly one genre, even though I love horror. I want to switch it up with different kinds of movies. So, maybe next week I'll watch nothing but cartoons one day or something like that. Or one day I'll watch just nothing but dramas or action. Who knows? We'll just see what happens. So, again, thanks for watching. Subscribe for more content. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. And, Freddie will probably be in the background, because he always is in the background. Can't stop getting enough of me.